Hey, welcome back to Nugs World. Great to have you back. And today, as you can see, we are doing Nug reviews for the Marvels. But before we get into the full extent of the review for Marvels, it's just touching briefly on Marvel as a whole. And as you can see right there, I am a massive, massive fan of Marvel. I'm obsessed with Marvel. And when we look back at the films all the way from Iron Man, Captain America, the First Avenger, and Thor, all the way back then, all the way leading through the 20 plus films to Avengers Endgame. I mean, what an incredible journey. Loved every minute of it, watched every single film. And, there was one or two dodgy ones. Thor 2. Awkward. But it just flowed naturally. It was a great cinematic universe to watch, culminating into a fantastic film in Endgame. And he didn't try too hard. It wasn't, the films weren't trying too hard. They weren't trying to get it to flow through. Yes, there was the end credit scenes, which are important to watch for the next one, but I think he didn't try too hard. Whereas now, at the moment, it feels like they're trying hard to push this multiverse saga. Culminated into a few dodgy films that have been absolutely panned. For example, Ant-Man and Quantumania, which actually I quite liked, but I get that it was a bit chaotic and a bit all over the place. So there's been a couple of ones that have been a bit dodgy, but I just feel a little bit sorry because it just feels like he's lost its way a little bit. And I'm hoping that he gets back on track soon. And part of that journey is the Marvels. If you're not sure what the Marvels is, this is a three main hero film centered around the one, Captain America, played by Brie Larson. We've then got Monica Rambeau, played by Teyonah Parris. And then we've got Kamala Khan, or Miss Marvel, played by Iman Vellani. So those are our three main protagonists, our three main heroes, and the journey of this film is all really that the background plot is all centered around Captain Marvel and the effects of previous films. A couple of people have asked me, well, what films do I have to watch before this Marvel film? Because you have to watch certain other ones before others. But actually, the director, Nia DaCosta, actually says that you can watch this film without having to watch any of the others before. And watching it myself, yeah, I could see where she's coming from. You could watch this as a standalone film, but I think in order to gain the understanding of the characters and kind of feel where they're at, you'd kind of need to watch Captain Marvel to understand a little bit of background on Captain Marvel, and of course Ms. Marvel, which I thought was a really, really good film, good TV series, sorry. And I really enjoyed that. So in order to understand those two characters, you probably would need to have watched Captain America and Miss Marvel. For Monica Rambeau, there's not too much around her, really. This is the first one we've had where she's kind of leading the line, so to speak. She did appear in WandaVision, which was at the start of this phase. So WandaVision, she appeared in there. So if you do want to go back and watch that to understand a little bit about her, you can do that, but this is not necessarily essential because we do get a little bit of information about her in this film. But effectively, this is obviously a three-hero film, and actually it's quite a simplistic film. It's only an hour and 45, which is one of the shortest, if not, I think, the shortest Marvel film out there at the moment. And it shows because they're trying to cram so much information into an hour and 45. I mean, you've got background stories on Captain Marvel, background stories on Monica Rambeau, background stories on Miss Marvel. So, and a lot of the plot involves all of these three people in some way. And I think they're trying a little bit too hard to try and force everything and get everything in to an hour and 45 film. They should have extended it a little bit, where you probably would have eased the pressure on the characters, eased the pressure on the plot, and they could have expanded it a little bit more just to kind of explore a bit more into the characters. But they didn't. But no, so for me overall, I thought it was an okay film, good film. Obviously the CGI is incredible, as we all know with Marvel films. One of the things that I actually quite enjoyed was the character interactions. So obviously Ms. Marvel, if you watch Ms. Marvel, you'll see why, because she is a massive fangirl of Captain America. She's kind of like her idol, a main focus of who she loves. And it shows in the film, and I think Ms. Marvel, Iman Vellani, she plays it so well, the fangirl. It can get a little bit tiring when it's all the way through, but she plays the fangirl very, very well. And you've got Monica Rambeau, who's kind of like the calm and collected and the methodical character. And then you've got, Captain Marvel, who's the stoic hero who's emotionless, and so they interact quite well together, and it culminates into where their powers interact. And I don't want to give too much away, but their powers interact, and they have to share strategies and things like that. So that sort of dynamic was quite good. The dynamic of the characters was quite good. But the film is quite a simplistic film. I'm not going to give any spoilers, don't worry. But when I compare that to a lot of the other Marvel films that I've watched, it's okay. It's not quite in the Thor 2 category. But at the same time, it's nowhere near kind of Ragnarok or Infinity War or Civil War, none of those, which are some of my favourite ones. So, but it's okay. It's okay. So in relation to the Nugget scale, let's take a look at the Nugget scale. So I'm going to put it at, I say 50. Bang in the middle. Bang in the middle. So if you want to watch it, I would advise it. If you're a big Marvel fan, it's important to watch all the Marvel series and films, and it's just another one to watch. It's another one you've got to watch along the journey, really. That's it. So take a look at the Marvels. That's my film, 50. Tasty. It's okay. It's okay. And stay tuned for the next video coming very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys.